Some crazy weather last night in mid-Missouri. I'll tell you more about those wild winds. And I'm Marissa Holloway. Thanks for joining us. The question is, how long will that relief last? We're going to send it right over to Dave for the latest look at the forecast. Dave? In with the new Columbia City Council swearing in 2 new members tonight. I'll have more coming up. Thanks for that, Olivia. A new study shows that 17% of Missouri bridges are structurally deficient. Now, 4,000 of those bridges have some type of deficiency. KOMU8's David Earl found that most of them are in rural counties and many aren't scheduled to be replaced anytime soon. Hi, Chance and Megan. Let me tell you, this morning it was wild outside. Right now I'm in the Hy-Vee parking lot on Grindstone Parkway, where earlier this place was looking like a weather war zone. There was patio furniture knocked over, tarps blowing off of things, shopping carts flipped over, running into cars. Viewers were also calling us early this morning, letting us know about conditions near them. We had one viewer from Clark telling us about some swirling wind that was knocking some things over. Also, another viewer from Rennick called and told us that there were some power outages and parts of roofs were even blown off of buildings. Also in Higbee, some windows were blown out. I also called the Boone County Sheriff's Department today, and they did tell me that they got some calls this morning about burglary alarms going off. Now, this is because those strong winds push into the doors and the alarms will sound off that way. Reporting live in Columbia, I'm Marissa Holloway, KOMU8 News. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. And no, it's not dodgeball.
You got it right. But
even as night falls, riots continued throughout the day in Egypt. And the other bench? Right across the street, in front of U.S. Bank. Hi, Megan and Chance. Tonight, before the usual Monday City Council meeting, there will be a special meeting at 6 o'clock to announce the new 1st and 5th Ward Council members. Now, Helen Anthony will replace Laura Nauser as the 5th Ward Council member. The 5th Ward area covers from Scott Boulevard over to Providence and down south to about State Highway K. Now, Anthony says that some of her goals are planning for progress and growth in that area. Prior to this, she served as the served on the Columbia Planning and Zoning Commission, and replacing Paul Sturtz in the 1st Ward is Fred Schmidt. Now, Fred Schmidt says his goal for the downtown area, that's what the 1st Ward covers, is to improve current infrastructure, make housing downtown a little bit more affordable, and to create more job training. Reporting live in Columbia, Marissa Holloway, KOMU8 News. Tampa is being taken over by a bounty of pirates this week. Now, I can't say I've seen anything like that. The gigantic 278-foot high metal tree. Now, Columbia shoppers got an early start on the holiday season today. We reported it yesterday. Columbia's fire chief, Bill Markgraf, is retiring.
I kind of thought he was going to be here for a few more years.
He's leaving behind a $100,630 paycheck.
Look at the market and see what fire chiefs of size of departments that we have are being paid.
How does Markgraf's salary rank? The fire chief in Springfield, Missouri makes almost $85,000. In Cape Girardeau, the fire chief makes $80,974, and in Springfield, Illinois, $110,000. The city is putting out an application for a new fire chief next week. This application will run about 4 to 6 weeks. The city hopes to look internally first, but is willing to go outside of Columbia to look for a replacement.
I'm sure there are several people that have been with the department for a while now that will be interested.
The cost of looking internally?
Probably under $2 grand.
But if that doesn't work?
There will be some cost in if we have outside candidates, bringing them to Columbia for a visit.
Funds that may take away from other projects.
That's resources that the HR department won't have to do other things.
The city manager hopes to find a replacement before March. Marissa Holloway, KOMU8 News, Columbia.
right, seatbelts. Let's go, everyone.
This isn't Hollywood, but there's still lights, camera.
Action.
I'm a dead person. Yeah, I was thrown out of a car.
And don't worry, the blood is fake.
It's their blood.
These high schoolers are competing in MoDOT's statewide Battle of the Belt competition.
The focus is to increase seatbelt usage at high schools with teen drivers.
Students can influence other students. I think the message will spread.
Hopefully it puts something in their head like, hey, buckle up, because I don't want to see someone my age in a car wreck, 'cause I had before and it's not cool.
The students used plenty of makeup, practiced buckling up, and even got an ambulance to set the scene.
I think we got a pretty good shot at this.
The winners get a cash prize and
We may walk into not just a TV station, but we could use them at movie theater ads.
the school isn't only competing to win. For those students that no longer leave this parking lot, this sign serves as a reminder to those who do.
I think just by taking the time to educate, you know, the importance of the safety belt usage, and plus have a little fun like we're doing right now, it's a win-win situation.
Skipping class to save lives. Marissa Holloway, KOMU 8 News, Ashland. Thanks, Angie. The group Keep Columbia Safe wants Columbia voters to vote no on Proposition 2. This is the proposition that would ban taser use in the city, including by the police. Right now, tasers are legal for police and others to use. The group says its main goal is to make sure the city is safe, and they say that Columbia police deserve the best tools to fight crime. Law officers agree, but there's a grassroots support for the measure.
The taser is a device that clearly has reduced injuries to officers as well as suspects.
In fact, these are not safe weapons because they're unreliable and unpredictable. And People for a Taser-Free Columbia and all the citizens I've talked with in Columbia want law enforcement to be equally safe. We are partners in making our city safe.
Next week, Keep Columbia Safe and the Boone County Sheriff will hold a taser education forum for the public. Thank you, John. First up in tonight's photo finish, Regina Beckman of St. Elizabeth sends us this photo she took of a beautiful sunset in the winter. That pretty winter sky has brought us a lot of snow this season and transforming Pamela George's bird bath into a giant mushroom. Send us photos and the stories behind them. We'll put them on KOMU News at 5 and 6. Just email them to shareit@komu.com.
Did look like a mushroom, didn't it?
It did.
Now here's the stories that we're working on for KOMU 8 News at 6.
Now, social media helps you connect with friends and family, but what about your local news? KOMU gets your view on our Facebook and Twitter pages.
Have a great night.